So I'm going to throw some names at you. I've got 15 here, so you tell me if they're cool, if they're not cool. Throw in a story if you've got a good story, and I'm going to steam right in with a Zack Ryder.
The best. He is him and I argue like a married couple, but he's always been one of my best friends.
Tell him I'd like to actually interview him as well. So, next one is JBL.
He was never bad to me. He really wasn't. You hear the horror stories. I don't have a horror story from him at all. WrestleMania 23, he may have carried me to my room on a luggage cart because I might have been overserved and real sleepy. So he took care of me.
So there was no soaping up in the shower or anything like that?
Not me.
Mike Adamle.
Man, there's one where I could not believe A, he was hired, and B, he lasted as long as he did, and then he was just gone. He messed up every week. Every week he messed up in some form, fashion.
Was it he's a nice guy, but?
Yeah, great guy. I just didn't know why he was there.
Brodus Clay.
Awesome. I don't have a negative word about him.
Matt Stryker.
Again, he was one of my travel partners. I always got along with Stryker so well. He's one of the most knowledgeable to wrestling people I know, and so many random old stats that he knows is crazy to me. But yeah, it was me, him, Dreamer, and I were car buddies for a long time.
What wrestling based games did you play to sort of like kill time on the road?
Nothing. I always brought my video games, like my PSP or my DS. So that's what I killed time on the flights with.
Howard Finkel.
The man. Man, the absolute man. When I first got hired, getting called by him and him telling me I was going to be on the house shows. Whenever I would get a call from Fink, it was just surreal because this is Howard Finkel, the voice of my childhood. It was awesome.
Dude, can you do an impression of him calling you?
I can't. I cannot. I'm not an impressions guy whatsoever.
Melina.
The run she had in WWE is often looked over, and she was there for a long time, and she did a lot of stuff, but she's always almost forgotten, unfortunately, and I wish she wasn't as much.
I remember Mick Foley doing a load of several interviews and bringing up Melina specifically, like how she was misunderstood and stuff like that. I mean, what was the misunderstanding in the first place, if there was one?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but it just almost like something to the office didn't click enough.
Randy Orton.
Awesome. Literally, I have never had a bad experience with him either. I get asked these kind of things a lot about, talent and that, but I never had a cross word with really anyone, again, because I think people were afraid of having to deal with Fit if they upset me. And yeah, so Orton and I we were buddies at before I got released, just talking about kids and video games, and just we always got along really well.
So he never gave you the old rub his sausage first and then give you a handshake deal?
I know nothing about that.
If I was, I wouldn't admit it happened to me either. But it didn't. All right, I'm going to give you one here. Alberto Del Rio.
Man, I think he could have been such a huge star if he would have had his head on straight.
Luke Gallows.
Love him. One of my favorite human beings. There's a guy. Probably, I think he takes over for Ziggler as the funniest in the locker room. He walks in and he just owns a room. Every room he walks in, and I don't know one person that dislikes him.
Did you ever go on the Talking Shop podcasts in the day?
He's funny, man. He's just so funny. all the time. He's always on, but yet when he's even off, he's one of the nicest human beings ever.
Vicky Guerrero.
My mom, I call her mom. Like Finley gets the Father's Day text, she gets the Mother's Day text every year.
Vladimir Kozlov.
You got some randoms in this.
Yeah, dude.
Kozlov, almost like Mike Adamle, where I just didn't get it. I did not get it. But a great guy, just didn't get it.
Dude, if you think that was random, this is my last one. The Nasty Boys.
So, like I said about Gallows owning a room because people love him and he's funny. Nasty Boys try to own a room, and it's just like, all right, knobs just real loud. That's what it is. But I like I've always loved him. I've been on quite a few independent shows with him, and I think how boisterous they are makes me laugh at times still. But yeah, I've never had a crossword with them at all.
Did you see their tryout match?
I was there for that. I remember that it was against Dave Taylor and McIntyre, right? I remember that. I really remember, and I remember watching it going, "Whew, it's just this just isn't working."
Were they just like too out of shape and too old, or what was going on with them?
I don't even think that. I think it was just four guys that didn't click.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Enough is enough! Booty poo candy ass! I had him writhing in pain from my sharpshooter.
Rocky!
I am not a nugget!
Stick him straight up your candy ass!
I kicked your leg out of your leg.
The Rock